Oh wow, man, you did your work. I
We
love
love
it. I
gifts.
love this mic.
Yeah, we love these blushes.
It's like a shaving stuff, like, you know?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Christian Lee. I'm here for Earworm Digital, and I'm here with. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Armand from Papooz.
And my name is Ulysses from Papooz too, man.
And how are you doing today?
Good. We had a nice day at the beach down in Encinitas. Saw some family. It was a good day.
Me, I feel really exhausted from yesterday, but no matter, man. We're gonna do this gig. It's okay, man.
I'm glad. Is this your first time in San Diego?
I know I've been there many times because I've got family living in Encinitas.
Oh, wow.
So I've been there like as a kid, as a teenager during the summer.
Me, it's my first time, man. Yeah.
You like it so far?
Man, I've just seen like this parking, so I'm discovering like part by part, you see. So yeah, I like it.
Okay. And let's talk about your music too. This year you guys dropped a single. It was Figs and Gorgonzola,
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah.
And so, what was the inspiration behind this song? Were you guys just eating the snack and it came to you, or what was the process behind
No,
that?
it's a recipe from my mother.
Oh, really?
My mother used to cook figs and gorgonzola. I think it's an Italian recipe. That's not how invented her.
Yeah,
Invented
it's
it.
an old recipe
It's an
from
old recipe, yeah.
from northern
We stole
Italy.
the name of it, and
Yeah.
it's talk about like the life.
It's a
couple
metaphor.
life, you
It's
see.
a metaphor for relationship as a young couple living together, or like something that matched like Pepsi and hamburgers. Could have been the same, level of, or like cocaine and mirrors, or that's kind of
Okay.
stuff.
You have to try figs and gorgonzola. Gorgonzola, do you know what it is? It's a cheese.
Yes, I know that.
It's so good, man. You put it in the oven, and it's really delicious, man.
I've never had the two of them together
Yeah,
before.
It's a good recipe.
It's a
yeah.
weird thing, but it's good, man. Try it out.
All right, thank you. I will. And I wanted to talk about your last two records too. So the first record was Green Juice, correct?
Yeah.
And so what was the difference between making Green Juice and then your last record as well, your latest one?
It was the same kind of process because we always try to play with record live the music we're making. So we're different musicians, but we cut each songs with everyone in the room. But the first album we made it at Ulysses' parents' beach house in the south of France, so it was like less hi-fi, if I may say. And the second one we did it in a really known French studio close to Paris called La Frette, and it was much more like a geek town for us. Like we had a really big Neve, we had a music producer we worked with. It was a different experience, but the same kind of vibe of playing music live with your mates.
Yeah, I think he's right. The first one we didn't arrange the thing that much. We're just adding guitar since after we did like maybe 2 weeks in the studio to add things. But this one we spent like way more time, and 1 month after like to do synthesizers, add a lot of things with this producer. We casted musicians like who plays always in studio. So that was different. You cannot do the same thing all the time. We need to change, man, and it feels good. Me, I'm really proud of this album, so that's the most important thing.
And let's talk about the two of you as well. And so, you've directed some music videos
Yeah.
and you've actually done some composing. And I was wondering if you guys would ever collaborate outside of Papooz and then make maybe a short film or something like that.
Maybe one day. I mean, like I enjoy fiction, but I don't really write for fiction. I like to think that songs can be like tiny short movies themselves. But yeah, maybe one day I'll make a feature film and you'll do the music. You never know.
Yeah, why not, man?
But nowadays I'm really focused on writing songs. That's my go-to program.
And so let's go back a little bit too. And I want to know, like, growing up, who were some of the artists or musicians that you were listening to for both of you?
Growing up, I was deeply, there was like this old vibe in the year 2000 in France where rock and roll came back with the White Stripes and the Libertines and Arctic Monkeys. And I'm 30 years old, so I was like 14 at the time. And I became a fan of, Pete Doherty and Julian Casablancas. I was listening to that kind of music. And at the same time, it opened me up because my parents only listened to classical music or church music, to Bob Dylan or like the big, Randy Newman, the big American artist, and and we kind of discovered jazz music together when we met with a group of friends. You know, we took like, you know, we smoked spliff and listened to Duke Ellington or like John Coltrane. Like we have like many influences that mingles together.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, me too, man. When I was a teenager, I was listening to a lot of bad music. But my mother used to listen a lot of good music. That's how she showed me everything. She's playing piano. She loves music. That because of her, everything. Like I was listening to Lou Reed, David Bowie, the Beach Boys, the Beatles, all these things, you see. But after, yeah, I've discovered many other things: bossa nova, Brazilian music, jazz music, the blues, all these things, and we mix it up.
Those are some good answers. And you know, you guys' time in America is almost wrapping up, so I thought I'd give you some gifts before you leave.
Yeah.
Do you mind holding the mic?
Sure.
For sure, man.
I
We
love it.
gifts.
I love this mic.
Yeah, we love these blushes.
It's like a shaving stuff, like, you know.
Yeah.
First one is The Strokes.
Really?
No way.
Yes, that's
Oh,
for
yeah?
you.
Wow.
Fuck, man.
Because I know you guys.
Thank you very much.
And I also have for you, Armand.
Thanks, man.
Here you go, Randy Newman.
No way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man, that's the biggest gift you could give me. I don't have this one.
With this baseball bat, it's cool, man.
And it's
I
pro-
love
and
the
it's
back,
It's
man.
produced by Mark Knopfler. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And then
man. It's really kind of you.
For you,
man.
I have the Beatles.
Oh wow, man! The concert on the rooftop, man.
Yeah.
I love it, man. You're so kind. You're the first one who like give us gift, man.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome at that.
Oh, thank you so much. It's
so cool.
All right, and then I have some.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome. And then I just have some few quick questions to end the interview. And so one, I guess the first one for you. You know, I love Papooz music. You know, when I first got it, it was with the "And" song.
Yeah.
And then I was wondering, you know, if you ever have any fans come up to you and say, you know, oh, I like the music, but you know, when you guys see you guys play the band, you know, the band is all right.
Well, can you?
Yeah.
I'm a
I
bit
didn't understand
sleepy here,
either.
and I didn't get it. Can you?
Okay.
Play it back the question.
So, do you ever have fans come up to you say, you know, I love Papooz music, but the band is all right?
Oh, you were speaking about my last band?
Yes.
Oh wow, man, you did your work. I've been like, yeah. Well, yeah, this is how I started making music with a friend of mine called Louis Sommer, and this is the first songs I ever wrote. I don't even know if it's online anymore, like because it was a MySpace
Have you
stuff.
found it online?
Yeah.
It's I remember I wrote a song called "Me and My Talking Pig." That's one of the first songs I ever wrote, which like you know, it's a tragic one.
And then for you as well, I think you've had another project as well. I think Saturn, correct?
What's that?
Saturn?
Saturn,
Yes.
man, you're right. Yeah, I did some musical, like, how do you say, instrumental project, you see. I spent a lot of time in a studio called Chez Jean, near the Pont Neuf, a beautiful place. That's an advertising studio. That's where I learned, like, how to record music on Pro Tools. That's where I learned a lot of things, man, about the studio. And I'm really into, like, instrumental music, so I had fun to do that. I stopped now, but it was fun to do, man. And the studio is amazing, man. You can smoke. It's in the shape of fucking spaceship, man.
Oh, wow. Really?
Like in the center of Paris, one of the best studio, man. So, what was the question?
It was this.
Was this? Yeah, I'm talking about it, but now I stopped. Maybe I'm gonna do it again, but I'm doing like score for movies, so just like instrumental. It's that what I'm doing in instrumental things. You see, I stopped Saturn, but maybe one day we'll do it again, man.
You have a lot on your plate right now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for taking time to do the interview.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
man.
coming.
And as a last thing I like to do, I'll get off camera. I'll hand you the mic, and if there's anything you guys would like to say or anything you'd like to promote, it's
Okay.
your time.
What would we like to promote?
Man, I'd like to say we love to be in America. We hope like we're gonna be back soon. God bless America, man. Thank you, man, for all these vinyls.
Yeah, we might be back in the fall, so if you guys want to catch us live, you know, check out our Instagram or Facebook page, and we'll be there. So long.